right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday, and our good friend Armando Fumanelli just in town at the Mai Kai. And let me tell you, I haven't eaten dinner at the Mai Kai, I don't think ever. Very famous for their Polynesian show. They've been around since 1956, and one of the few establishments that's been around longer than the Wine Watch. We opened our doors here in 1983 at Progresso Plaza. The plaza's been here since the 20s, so kind of fitting we got together. David Levy, the owner there, great guy, serious wine enthusiast, very good friends with Armando, and they don't sell a lot of wine at the Mai Kai. They're known for their rum drinks, but you can get the Octavius Amarone there if you want a nice big steak. And let me tell you, the filet mignon that they served, wow. One of the best steaks I've ever had. And also, David cooked the carbonara himself. His father, the founder of the Mai Kai, traveled to Italy and loved Italian wines and food, and came back with this recipe for carbonara that was absolutely exceptional. You know what? It also helps that David cooked with Premier Cru Chassagne Montrachet, something you don't see too often, people cooking with a wine at that level. And let me tell you, it definitely comes out in the food. This was, as I mentioned, one of the best carbonaras I'd ever had. The whole meal was great, and the wines were great. It's always great to visit with Armando. And you know, this part of Italy, Valpolicella, the land of many cellars, they've been making wine for over 1,000 years here. Very historically significant. The type of wine they make, Amarone, where they dry the grapes. Also, a very unique, not made like it, any wine like it anywhere in the world. One of the reasons I love Amarone, when they dry the grapes, the polyphenols get oxidized in the skins, and the wines are softer, more ready to drink on release. One of my favorite wines. And hey, this guy is the largest landowner there. He sells grapes to Quintarelli, the best producer. And I was introduced to this wine. Dr. Doug Martin brought a bottle of Octavius to one of our Quintarelli and Dal Forno tastings, which we're doing again on May 1st of this year. And this Octavius stood up to the Quintarelli and Dal Forno. At that point, I said I must have everything from this winery. Now we do. We carry everything, including the white, which we started out with on this evening, the Terzo Bianco, a unique blend of Garganega and Trebbiano Toscano. This wine has wonderful intensity to it, not like a lot of the whites from the Veneto, which can be just light and easy to drink. This is age-worthy as well. I've had 10-year-old examples of this wine, still drinking beautifully. An incredible nose here, acacia blossoms, honey, really lovely apricots, green apples, and some herbs, a little mint and a little eucalyptus coming out here. Lovely acidity playing off this rich fruit, which leaves a creamy impression on your tongue. On the finish, though, you get that lively acidity, freshening things up. A little really nice concentration, richness in this wine, but lovely balance. Like I said, you could keep this wine for 10 years. It's $24.75. Wow, an incredible value. All right, the Marchesi Fumanelli Valpolicella Classico Superiore, which there's two different kinds of Valpolicellas. One's Ripasso, which is a little more heavier, a little higher alcohol. This one's 12.5% alcohol, the Classico they make here. And these are the old labels, by the way. They went back to the labels from the 20s. Rather than go with a more modern look, they decided to go with a little more retro, which I don't care about the packaging. I mean, both of them look nice. It's what's in the bottle that counts. This is a ripe and juicy red Valpolicella, a wine that can be chilled and drank on a hot summer day. Lovely red currant cherry, some little hint of tea leaf in there. Really mouth-watering on the palate. 40% Corvina, Corvinona, and Rodinella, the traditional grapes. No Molinara. That's an inferior grape. But this wine, really nice and refreshing style of red. Went beautifully with the scallops wrapped in bacon. A lot of people look at the scallops and said that's a white wine course, but you put bacon with any fish, and you can immediately tie it in with a red, especially a lighter red like this, a more savory red, and a little bit of bitterness to the bitter greens really work nicely with this as well. The pairings here tonight, outstanding. All right, the Fumanelli Scorano, rather. Sorry, Marchesi. And this is also a very similar blend there. And this is an estate that's located in the heart of Valpolicella, a Super Veronese blend, and a little bit richer than the Valpolicella. Well, quite a bit richer, not quite as rich as the Amarone here. They use modern techniques to to give their distinctive terroir a unique expression of this region. And this wine was outstanding. 51.75, most excellent. We have the 05 vintage in the store, which has got a little Merlot in it. One of the only vintages they use Merlot. They now make a wine with a Merlot there. And we don't have that wine in the market, unfortunately, but we'll be getting it in soon. Along with Magnums of the Octavius, the big boy. We didn't have their Amarone, which I'm not going to say Normale, we had their top level, the Octavius, which is a selection of their best juice. The Reserva 2007. Wow. This wine has got that typical spice, the nutmeg, the cola, lovely cherry fruits, and a little bit of that terroir that I like to describe as kind of a clay, kind of a Play-Doh-like minerality. This wine really opens up volumes on the palate, and you know, a very fresh wine also. 16% alcohol, but still has wonderful acidity, wonderful freshness. The Amarones, to me, are great to drink on release. You can keep them for 10 or 15 or 20 years or more, but to me, I don't know if they get any better than they are at 8 to 10 years old. So check this 07 out if you love Amarone. More similar in style to Quintarelli than Dal Forno, the two best, but an outstanding wine, one of the best made in Verona. That's what we had to drink with Armando Fumanelli. I'm your host, Andrew Lamposoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying, remember, always drink the good stuff first.